openly talking about.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse live stream. You are mere moments away from some of the finest ham radio conversation on the planet. Grab a drink, grab a seat, and we'll be with you in just a moment. Well, good evening. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. My name is Shane, K5EF, and we are here for you. If you could do us a favor, drop us a like, drop a comment, hit subscribe, ring the bell. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm not even going to say it because I've already got in trouble for it. How's everyone doing this evening?
I think Shane's microphone is muted. I think he has to do that again.
Don't start that shit. Oh, goodness. Well, I've been on a week at midnight, so I'm a little bit lacking in the sleep department. So if I tend to come off the rails, I apologize, and it'll probably happen again.
About it. You're still ugly. Don't worry about it. You're still ugly.
It happens. Daniel, how's your week?
It was good, man. The whole 2 days have been busy, and I'm happy that we're Tuesday. And looking forward to our conversation tonight.
Nice. So. Well, y'all just keep going around the room. I'm going to try to get the chat pulled up, so I'm going to mute myself for just a moment.
Who's got the locomotive? Who's got the locomotive in the background?
Some neighbor up the road. It's been going on for years.
A couple things. One, it didn't come through.
Yes, it did. Nice sound.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, I think I have some of those in my truck right now.
Do you? That's awesome. Some guy in Jersey you got to pick him up in Jersey, right?
Yeah. How'd you know?
And second, I see Ape in the chat. Ape, I know my beard makes this shirt look good.
Now that's damn sexy right there.
You know, Dan, it's a little bit prideful to wear a shirt with your face on it.
Oh.
Molson from the corner.
He's lucky he can't get across the border yet.
No, you're lucky.
Doing good today. Had a nice quick visit and showed somebody a quick way to activate a local park, and apparently he had a fun time doing it. He'll tell you about it later, but no, it's been a decent week so far. Everything's going on. I'm just going to go ahead and stop talking now. I'm going to pass it on down to Izzo sitting there smoking a cigar in the background because Izzo's sitting in with Mike in the same square. We're playing Ham Radio Squares tonight.
That's right. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Don W1FYG from Smoke Signals RF. We got the Oliva V's tonight. I found this. Am I doing this right? The finger.
You're next to him.
He's right beside you.
Okay. I found this guy wandering around Interstate 95, and he says, "Hey, I want to do a Poda Park," and I'm like, "I can help you." Yeah. So I said, "Come on up for a home cooked meal." So when we're done around in about the next hour, we're gonna have some good food. We got the cigars smoking right now. We'll partake in a couple of beverages of choice. And but for right now, I told him just relax, take it easy, and have fun. And the man deserves it. He's got a lot of miles on his treads right now. So
We are complete.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the cigars.
We're complete. Steve is.
It's fantastic, by the way. I've never had one of these before.
See, I wouldn't lie to you, man.
I trust your guys' judgment.
There you go. Oh God, that's
when you come to my casa, we take care of you. Food, cigars, radio. We're gonna have some fun. So that's how it is.
Nice. I know where I'm going this summer.
Absolutely, you are welcome. I told you that. JB,
All right,
Joe,
JB.
Joe B, what's going inside your life?
Yo, that's me. So it's Bro Jet here, Joe Brett. We're just hanging out in the clubhouse, seeing all my friends, all the friends in the chat.
All the
We're just
family.
That's right. I'm just watching these bids go up on Shane's here. So
Nice. Thanks. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Unfortunately, I have had nothing to drink, so my humor is limited. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess we need to fix that.
I got to go to work tonight. Some of us are still on duty.
You're not flying the airplanes, by the way. So so you don't have to worry about that.
I mean, you are only a suggestion. The pilot actually has to say so, right?
Right? Yeah.
Suggestion.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to not do that.
Barrel roll now.
Shane, are you in charge? Are you the guy who does like, come on, let's go with that airplane with the?
I used to. When I
Okay.
started on the ramp, I would marshal airplanes in, but now I sit in the operational control center and I tell pilots when they're legal to leave and if they're not legal to leave, and if I need them to go somewhere else to cover another flight, or if they're going home early, or if they're having to stay longer. I'm the guy that schedules and makes sure that every piece of metal tube that's zipping around the sky has two people sitting up front.
Now, what's the entry point? You were telling us how you used to throw bags. What's the entry point? If you were to get a job in any other airlines, what's the entry point?
Wheel cleaner.
Interesting, because the guy that empties the toilet.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Actually, on that note, the when you're working on the ground crew, one of the most senior positions is the guy who does all the lavs, because he gets to ride around in an air-conditioned truck all day, and all he has to do is hook up a hose and pull a handle, hook up a hose and pull a handle, and then he gets to set for another half hour waiting for the next set of crews to come in.
Until he gets the blue shower.
Exactly.
Oh!
Everybody wants the blue shower.
No. But
it's
been there. I've been a Smurf, thanks.
But as far as an entry-level position, my department technically is an entry-level position, even in the network operation control center, because they want people that are have lots of good customer service skills, because we're not face-to-face. We're on the phone with them most of the time. So they want you to be able to. I just bullshit my way through it. I told them I was good at it.
Amen.
And they believe me.
Amen.
Where's that square
Evidently they like that smile.
So,
Steve.
negative on the Squawk 7700 TL.
Steve, what's
You
going on
only
with
do
you,
it
man?
once. Oh no, you can do it multiple times, Shane. Trust me. They yell.
You get this.
Yeah, absolutely. A whole lot of nothing going on here. I just ordered some replacement parts for my Eagle One because it decided to fall over on my first activation with it.
You done broke
Are you
Tip.
serious?
Yep. So
So, Steve, what part did you break?
just the tip.
Just a tip.
Just the tip.
Wait, that's the most important part of the antenna.
That is. That's the end
Absolutely.
fed. That's the end of the end fed.
Yeah, beer snack. I can always count on you for a cheap joke.
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey guys, I like to just quick do a shout out. I'm looking at the chat here. You got Scout 75 in there. You got Marty. It looks like we got the Don Army here tonight. TO's there. I see Ape. Let's see who else we got here.
Well,
Andy?
Cascadia is in
Miss
there.
Anime's here. Miss Anime, hello. Aaron from North Country Ham. Hey guys, North
Have
Country
Ariel?
Ham. Aaron he has a fantastic YouTube channel. Check him out. The guy likes everything from getting people licensed, playing radio. He's tinkers with a lot of stuff. And let me tell you something. He's also doing some barbecue. There you go. The man knows how to do nice barbecue.
We're coming
So-
over.
Had some of that this week.
Don't
Right.
threaten me with a good time.
Actually, I was wondering Aaron, where around New York State do you live? Just let me know. Like near Messina or where? That would be interesting to know. So
My guess, Molson, I think you guys could probably work each other on 80, 60 meters, maybe even 2 meters or 6 meters. That's how close as the crow flies
yeah.
you guys are, I believe. So
So Abe's got a question in there about the Eagle One. Steve or Izzo, do either one of you guys want to go?
Steve, take it. Okay, Steve, take it.
Yeah. So the Eagle One is a vertical antenna that is 10 through 80 according to the sticker on it, but it will do 6 meters. It does require a tuner though, so non-resonant, but easy to set up and works out well if you're using the hitch mount or a drive-on mount. Don't use the tripod that you buy with it; it's too small. So, and South Carolina parks have a issue with you shoving stuff in the ground. So I found that out the hard way.
Whoops.
You might want to check on that before you start.
Did you get a visit
driving.
from the friendly ranger?
Good to
He
know.
asked me what I was doing. Yeah, but
Sir, you're disturbing the soil.
Sir,
well,
the worms downstairs are complaining.
luckily
bug.
the park I was in, they didn't mind. He said, but some of the historical parks, they will throw you out for putting.
Yeah.
your car.
I've absolutely run into that on my trip too. The historical or national, anything national, they don't want any antennas or even temporary, anything stuck to the ground. That's a no-no.
What you mean, right field? You're not allowed to put an antenna up.
Yeah.
I think Chuck was saying he used gallon jugs of water
Yeah.
to hold his down.
So in case
Andy's
anybody
saying
hasn't noticed-
sandbags.
in case anybody hasn't noticed, down in the other corner, sitting in Don's Square there, we have Mike, N8YO, who has been on a very, very long road trip, looping from his home state all the way down to the Outer Banks. And he's currently made his way up 95. You know, he made a quick pit stop in New Jersey. Actually made his pit stop in Delaware, pit stop in New Jersey, and took some nice photos from Liberty State Park. And then apparently he wound up finding Izzo somewhere. Izzo found him in Connecticut.
I just kept
Is he
following
wandering
95
around
about
Connecticut
us.
aimlessly?
Well, funny thing was, I actually got Mike's QSL card before I got
Oh,
changed.
nice.
Oh, you got it, Punk? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
So
worked
we had this
shady
really
one
bad
Friday.
winter storm, and they're still trying to recover from that.
Yeah,
Or maybe I
Excuses.
forgot to put it in the mail.
I was gonna say it was on the 737 Max mail truck, right?
It's been grounded for the last year and a half.
If I get a card in the mail, there's one back in the mail within that following day.
Hey, Steve,
Mike,
I just want to
I'll tell
say,
you
if you got to hit your own hi hat when you make a joke,
Yeah.
it wasn't that funny. Okay,
No.
It was hilarious. Walk away. So, Mike, the contact that you made CW, I made digital today. Do you want a card for that?
It's valid contact. It's valid contact. I'll tell you, the card I want to get is working K at MRD this weekend on CW.
Wow.
That was
Nice.
one of the best contacts I've had in my life. And he did it with a straight key. And
Oh, wow.
his straight keying skills, I am not exaggerating, are definitely better than mine.
So a short segue for those that are going to be doing something this weekend. This weekend is the Spring Support Your Parks weekend for Parks on the Air.
Mhm.
So it'll go from I think it's midnight UTC time on the 17th through 23:59, I believe, on the 18th. So if you're at home and you want to do some hunting, there'll be lots of people out activating. I'm going to go up to Ray Roberts State Park, which is about 45 minutes north, and taking my brother up there, who's not a ham, who I've been on his tail for the last, 8 weeks, telling him to take his technician test. So I'm going to throw him on HF and see if I can't give him the ham radio bug and motivate him to get his licensing done.
Nice.
What's he waiting on to take his test?
He's lazy. He has other hobbies.
There has to be an incentive there, Shane. There's got to be an incentive.
Oh,
Cigar-
that's true. He is a
What do we have
cigar
to
and
do?
a whiskey guy. So
What do I have to do to pay him off?
right.
Yeah.
But he should have a blast. He's never been on HF or been around HF before,
Right.
so hopefully we'll have a lot of fun in the park. And there should be lots of pileups for that deal. So that's this weekend, Saturday and Sunday for those that are looking for
He'll have an
something to
excellent
do.
mentor. He'll have an excellent mentor. Good.
Oh,
Hey, you let him have
stop.
that mic. He's either going to love it or not.
And then there's Joe. No, Joe, tell him he'll have fun time. Shane's a good guy.
I was never interested in HF and upgrading my tech license until a friend up the road finally let me use his HF radio and watch him use it. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Yep. And I
So
should be
I
out
heard,
when it works here. So
I heard you Americans have to buy Geiger meters now. Is that correct?
Yeah, so since Dan was all
Dan was
fired
saying
up over
something
that, Dan,
Somebody
you
got
wanna
to
fired up.
Somebody needs to
you wanna-
translate into kindergartner for me,
talk
please.
that into the big elephant in the room here? I'm going to put the link in the chat so those can they want to look at it can follow along.
So apparently, FCC, we are no longer exempt as ham radio operators for what was it that it said? Exempt from measuring exposure standards.
Yeah. That's
Somebody needs to explain this to me. Because
I got to read that.
reading through it, okay, I'm reading through it, and it says three different things to me. It says you have to do it, but you could be exempt from it, but you have to determine how you're exempt from it. And I'm like, okay, well, I identify as an exempt station.
He's done.
You got to do the radio pap smear.
Oh dear God!
And my QQ just identifies as a hammer. So
Ham radio pap smear. Love it.
No, essentially, it's considered an environmental study. The minute I read that, I was like, "Oh gosh," because for my business, it costs a lot of money to do those. But it's considered an environmental study, exposure to RF frequencies. Honestly, the ARL write-up doesn't give much information. There is a link to the document. I think it was 2019 that the document went out. I started to read it. And it's essentially everything from car chargers for the electronic cars to HF, everything you have to make sure that exposure levels. There's a lot of it's a lot of pages. And honestly, I find personally when I read the ARL briefing, so the letter from 2019 was an open conversation. It was an invitation to a conversation from industries. They were looking for feedback. I'd be interested to know what the ARL's feedback was to it, like a side document to that, to see really how us as amateurs, it doesn't affect me here in Canada, but I'm sure it's going to follow how we should feel about it. Honestly, I think safety is a priority for all of us. So, we don't want to see people exposed to dangerous radiation, but it needs more clarification. And that's really where the ARL needs to, in my opinion, clarify that, because there's a lot of loopholes. So they talk about mobile devices like your ham mobile and your car mobile. I was reading it, and they said they're exempt except for statute 1.137. Then you got to go look at 1.137 and go through all that. There's a lot of stuff. Somebody's got to clarify it, and it's got to be or read through it and really connect all the dots, because there's a lot of loopholes. So, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's gonna. I think what it's suggesting is that you're gonna have to make sure that you fit within the parameters that you're allowed to as an amateur, for RF exposure. And what that is, I have no clue.
Well, then the RF,
he's saying they have it in the UK, so that's interesting.
yeah, didn't they came out with that a month and a half, 2 months ago, Andy? I think it was when I first saw that pop up. that they started requiring that for theirs. So yeah, I guess it's everybody's just going to follow suit for, RF exposure limits. But it's the exempt station rules. Yeah, Ape. Yeah, the rules are very narrow, and it's like what constitutes an exemption. They're like single band stations. Okay, well, I only operate on one band at a time.
Exactly.
Well, so I'm reading here in the report that came out from the league, or the link that I found, and it says that ham stations previously excluded from performing environment evaluations have until May 3rd of 2023 to perform them. But after May of 2021, any new stations or those modified in a way that affects RF exposure must comply before being put into service.
So my question is, do we have, is there a device that you have to check? Do you have to write your equipment in, and then based on your equipment, your frequency and your distance to, is there like a field where you can measure the radiation field, or are they going to require that? Or are they just going to have you require you to sign a piece of paper that says, hey, I'm not cooking anybody from the inside out?
Listen, you know what? It's the FCC's paperless system that they want to go to, and they're going to make everybody sign it and send it in. So,
Yeah.
Well, I think there should be a level where Go ahead, Dan.
As far as I'm aware, people say that I intimidate people. I just stare them down until they stop. No, from what I understand, there was a calculator that there was a link on the POTA Facebook group today that I clicked on. There was a calculator. You put in your rig, you put in your rig information, you put in your feed line information, your antenna information, and it gives all the calculations out for you as to whether or not you fall under the safe, not safe, yes or no for safe and not. So I just, I have a semi-permanent setup. So does that mean that every time I unhook my, one antenna and hook up another antenna to do FT8, FT8 off on Thursdays, do I have to redo an evaluation?
I think if you do the evaluation for both of those antennas, then at one time, then that would suffice for your entire station. If you have records of, I did it, okay, with this antenna, this rig, under this mode for this amount of transmit time, I think if you document that should suffice.
Well, right, but I set my end fed up. It was in a sloper position, going in, in a 200 degree, formation, and this was it. Okay, and then I set it up at a different degree, or I set up an inverted V, or So do I have to document it? Like if I document it every single time?
I don't think so.
That's the thing. So it's
no. This means
I think that it would be really interesting to know if a lot of the responsibilities on the manufacturer, like there's no reason why I should have to certify a Baofeng or a Yaesu FT, like whatever. Like that's the why as an appliance operator, right? Why should I have to do that?
According to the document, you don't have to do an evaluation for these. It's not HTs and mobile setups. You don't have to do the evaluation. It's only the permanent setups.
Oh, I don't have a permanent setup.
Any mobile setups have they?
Well, my whole shack is technically I can move within a day. So is it mobile? No, but
so my shack
antenna,
sits on my dining room table.
I have a question.
If I buy an MFJ antenna, when they're going through the R&D process and all of that stuff, shouldn't there be some sort of documentation that says if you work within these parameters that it is suffice, like it works? Like, you know what I mean? We do that for machinery. Like a lot of my big machinery, they meet the specs for, safety and all that. I get it. Obviously, I do as a business, I have a responsibility to verify it, but we don't ask for people to go and do a safety check on a brand new vehicle up here. You know what I mean? So like there should be we should be allowed to that should be on the onus of that should be on the manufacturers, not on the operators. Now, if you start building your own stuff, obviously you're calculating your balance, all that thing. Well, maybe it's an extra step or two to get there. Maybe that's part of the process. But if you're just plug and play, I don't know.
I have a question.
You got, Dan? Go ahead.
All right, so being the old guy here, This reminds me of something either the same that's just re-resurrected itself. And Mike's been, we've been, we probably have close to 100 years, 75 years. But I do remember something like this back in the early or the mid 90s, something very, very similar that the FCC wanted hams to check their stations for RFI or safety. I don't know where it went. I don't know where enforcement went. And it just seemed like it just almost sounds, this is like the Friday the 13th movie that it's, again, and if I'm totally wrong, tell me, but it just sounds like this is something that's coming around again for chapter 1 or chapter 2 of this topic.
Friday the 13th or Groundhog Day?
Or Groundhog Day, exactly. And I don't know, because I don't know where the enforcement, listen, the 7 of us will agree. Safety is always number 1. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care. I don't even care if you're operating a bow phone. You still got you got to know you don't touch the antenna when you're transmitting, and everything else that goes along with it.
I don't hold it like this.
Are you insinuating that there's some common sense here?
No, you don't operate that. You don't operate that while you're in the shower. Oh, wait a minute.
That's the key. That's a damn beer snack dummy.
There's all kinds of fetishes out there, Don.
Whoa!
But is this topic just coming seriously? Is this topic just coming around again?
Yes, it is,
and that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
So
I think they're bored.
Repeat that.
They haven't had anything else to do, so they're just going to create something new, or they're gonna rehash like Hollywood does. They're just going to bring up something that they tried to do a long time ago.
I mean, it boils down to common sense. Just maintain your station in a safe condition, and if asked, be able to prove that you're doing that.
Done.
Or be able to run fast.
I think. Well, yeah. You mean like take a license, like take a test to pass a license for certified operation? Like, I think somebody should just send Josh's video about cooking the hot dog to the FCC. It's going to resolve all the issues. Look, it's safe.
Look, it's safe. 100 watts. Standing next to it. Didn't fry my hot dogs. We're good.
20 watts. No, he did use the amp, didn't he?
No, he just did he did 100.
100 watts.
Yeah.
And
I like Joe's answer.
Made a cameo.
Just run. Be able to run fast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a cheetah, real fast for short distances, but
I can haul ass to the car door, and then you got to catch me.
5 steps, I'm done.
Yeah, it's not like we can all carry an amp POTA with us. We're not all Mike. So
let me tell you, operating CW QRO POTA from right on the ocean shore, that was a blast.
Yeah, how many watts were you pushing?
We were using a KPA 500, so 500 watts.
500 watts through the Buddy Hex, or?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yep.
How do you like that antenna? I've seen it on Jason's stream a couple times.
I honestly only got to use it a little bit, but it was impressive. But it goes up real quick, comes down real quick. That part I was impressed with. I mean, you can have a high gain directional antenna for. I don't think you'd want to do it for just like a standard, 1 hour, 2 hour POTA. But if you're camping overnight or whatever, you definitely could do that. It was we were working all kinds of DX on CW and FT8 that night.
Scout, I'm with you there.
Scout, excellent Scout. There you go. That's our boy right there. That's our boy.
Or our volunteer, were they volunteer monitors?
The
guy that's official observers. We're gonna all send them a pack of hot dogs.
The band
say, here, I did not fry these.
Ballpark Franks. They pop when you cook them.
So they plump when you cook them. So with regards to the Buddy Hex, right? Is it a full size hex beam that goes up, or is it like coil loaded like a regular buddy pole?
It's full size. There's no loading going on with the individual elements. From what I could tell, I wasn't really too much involved with that antenna setup, but all the other antennas we used, I was involved with that setup. Jason ran with that one.
We have a winner.
Mike, you win. I love it. 100 watts in the wiener.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start that new YouTube channel right now.
Hashtag.
100 watts in a wiener. how I stay
Okay.
compliant with the
First thing I'm
FCC.
doing after the stream is watching that video. By the way, I haven't had the time yesterday.
You know, what's funny though is that the way he spelt it, it's actually more like whiner.
Yep.
So,
I wasn't gonna
we're
say,
just, I think he's calling us out for. I think he's calling us out for being a bunch of whiners. Is what I think it is.
Maybe.
I think he's just being funny. But
There you go.
For once, I got nothing to say.
So talking about hex beams. I've been talking with a buddy of mine. We want to build one, and so I've been looking for those fiberglass poles. What do they usually use for the structure? Is it the fiberglass poles that they're using, or PVC? Yeah. Like you guys. One thing about Canada is that we don't have like the McMaster card like you guys have. We don't have like on a McMaster card you can buy the lengths, but here you have to find like I'll do it through my workplace, but an industrial supplier. And you guys have just so many amazing suppliers. Like I'm jealous, but I want to build a hex beam, and that's the biggest holdup is finding the actual fiberglass poles.
Ariel's got it right. Fishing poles.
Squid poles.
Yeah.
Fish poles.
Graphite. I'm wondering if something
eBay.
like a nice graphite pole that can do a little bend based upon when you get those when you get your wires, or if you want to, that I think
just buy 6 carbon 6s. You can do it with that.
Yeah,
problem.
there you go.
Does that pass Canadian winters? That's the question. Like that antenna you did on your video, Shane, is that the 1982 or the 1984? Which one is it?
That's the 1984. So it's 40 through 10, 66 feet long.
So that's the MFJ 1984. I have the 1982 MP. I just took that down on Saturday with my buddy because I have to rebuild it. Amazing antenna for like it's really. I find for me what they said for how far it was on the bands, like the SW on the bands, was dead perfect.
Yep.
But I have to say, I'm going to do a video on this. It's build quality. Like they say on their thing, weather resistant. I am sorry. You might as well just, if you take a plastic bag, you poke holes in it and said it can hold water, that's the same thing as their description of weather resistant. It ain't weather resistant.
Well, if you tie it up properly and put the vents towards the bottom, so the coax is supposed to hold the swing the box where it's upside down.
Yeah.
I haven't had any moisture get in there.
Yeah, but your antenna's not up permanently. It's a POTA antenna. Like it's dead perfect for a POTA antenna. 100%.
On me like that.
No,
So,
but Molson makes a good point though, guys.
Yeah.
Because here's
I'll
the
get
situation. You got a Canadian. You got a guy.
Pants, thank God.
Thank God he's got pants on.
You got a guy from Michigan, and you got a guy here in the Northeast who knows what the Four Seasons does. And I know here March seems to be our worst month of the potential ice, and it just takes a half inch of ice on wires, and we know what happens to electrical power. Dipoles are the same thing, or any type tubing, based upon the diameter and the quality of the tubing. So again, when a manufacturer says weather resistant, I'm always careful.
Which weather?
Yeah. What weather is he talking about?
Hurricanes and tornadoes.
And tornadoes, and oh my God, the world's going to end.
I think Don N5SKT. I think Spider Beam actually sells a kit for a hex beam. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't Googled it yet, but I thought when you said that, I thought that came to mind. I'll double check that.
It does sound familiar because I just bought another Spider Beam, and I thought I saw that on there. I was looking.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But here, like, let me show you. I don't want to give away my whole video. But like he was saying, this is the box. The coax. You're supposed to suspend it from both ends. The coax hangs down, and so this is like an ABS plastic cap. There's absolutely no seal, nothing. And then the bottom is completely open as a vent with just like a little mosquito mesh. And so this antenna, amazing for, like, honestly, I was so surprised when I hooked it up. Really good. But I think it's more of a POTA installation. I think Dave Kassler did a video on the 1984. But honestly, compared to like the my antennas myantennas.com one that I have, like that thing is built like a heavier gauge wire. That thing is built like a tank. It's literally, I think it's the same antenna, just higher quality build. And
Something I have to agree with you, because I have an end fed from a company called the DX Extreme guys down in Miami, and the same thing. That transformer box it's solid. It is solid. And but why would you feel that? So at the MFJ, if you have it, why don't you seal it then?
So I'm rebuilding it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rebuild it. But I also have to say this: the MFJ antenna is a value purchase, right? It's $69 or something like that.
Yeah.
Compared to which bang for the buck. I'm not hating on it, but I think I expected more out of it. When I received it, I was like, this is. I knew it wasn't suitable for Canadian winters. So, and it paid the price this winter. But when I look at it, yes, my antennas I like it more, but I paid 3-4 times the price as opposed to the Toroid is an auto transformer.
Molson, open it up again. There he is.
It's an auto transformer. You know what's great about this is that I've been researching a lot more about the auto transformer. And my problem is that I'm not one who's just like, okay, this just follow it. Me, I want to know, why is there no twisted pair? What's the difference between a twisted pair and a non-twisted pair? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know the details of it so I know what I'm doing. And so it's really Ariel, A-Rod. We've been talking about it. And it's actually very interesting when you start to look at. Don't put me on full screen.
Absolutely, put him on. Put him up there. Put him up there. Absolutely, not you.
Put Shane out there. Whoa, who just said that? We got swear jar money. So yeah, that's what it is. So it's tapped on the second. So it's 14. So like just little differences here. We don't have two separate. Oh man, I'm all messed up. Two separate wires. It's a single strand. So auto transformer is it's one winding, not two windings like you typically see, and then it's tapped on the second. There are some differences between this and the other one. So the twisted pair offers certain things, as well as there's a whole bunch to it. I'm actually learning about it, so I can actually do a video that's not just a bunch of like repeating somebody else. I want to learn it and know it, so that's what I'm in the process of. But like I said, MFJ, no problem if you live in Southern California.
Or Texas.
Or Texas. Well, you guys get snow now, too. So you got something to worry about.
Every now and then.
Dude,
we hadn't had snow in 10 years, and then all of a sudden it all comes at once.
An inch of snow crippled your whole state. Okay.
We got 4 inches of snow. Thank you.
I'll cover the fans because I come from Michigan. Michigan. If we got that ice up there, everything would shut down too. I don't think it'd be as widespread. We probably would have recovered quicker, but that they got nailed. Serious stuff.
I bet you wouldn't lose power like we did.
Mississippi just takes the forecast.
We probably lose power.
It doesn't actually fall.
Yeah. When we get a bad storm coming, it's fill the bathtubs right away because I'm on a well and like I'm in the country. Fill the bathtubs right away. I got a generator. I get the sump pump hooked up once the power goes out. Like we have our checklist, right? Because I've woken up to my basement flooded too many times. But so like when you're not necessarily like, so our infrastructure, there's no question up in the north is definitely built for it, where you guys don't need to worry about that. And then also it's our preparedness as for and then I'm not saying prepper, but like when you lose power and you're on a well, you need to be able to flush the toilets, right, and feed the dogs. So we come from different approaches on that. So we're ready. We're prepped.
We've lived it forever.
Well, and like Joe was saying, Mississippi goes off the forecast. South Carolina does the same thing. Oh, we're forecasting a half inch of snow. Shut everything down. Close schools for a week. It's like, come on, guys.
Well, actually, a storm is how I got interested in radio altogether. Like in 1998, we had the ice storm in 98. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but we had just solid ice rain, and it took down from middle of Ontario right into Quebec and past. So and it was my wife at her house. They were without power for 30 days with no power. And if you just Google Ice Storm of 98, you'll see how it took down big, massive power lines and everything. And my mom had bought a little shortwave radio before that. And so I had that. And then Quebec, it's QU. And by the way, I want to know how you guys pronounce Poutine. I'm not going to tell you how to pronounce it, but I'll spell it.
Oh, we got him going. We got Molson going.
And then my mom was really concerned about Y2K. So Y2K New Year's Eve, I spent the night on the shortwave radio listening. I was like, "Can I hear Australia? Because if they're out, we're gonna know it." But it doesn't help when you have it doesn't help when you have the worst shortwave radio in the world and you can't pick up anything. Then you're like, "Oh my goodness, I can't hear China.
Down. I can't hear anything."
So yeah, but yeah, how do you guys pronounce that? Hold on. There you go. I just put it up in the chat from the Ham Radio Club. Read that. How do you guys spell that? How do you say it?
No.
I spell it P-O-U-T-I-N-E.
No.
I'm just thinking of the Silicon Valley episode right now.
T.O., you failed the test. T.O. failed the test. That's a typical. It's Poutine. Poutine.
Oh, here we go.
Sounds so
we were going to come on tonight, and I was going to be like, "Hey, how are you doing, my friends? It's so good to see you, and we are the Ham Radio Club, and I am not good in my English. Please be okay with my disability."
We want people to stay on the stream. We don't want them to drop off.
Oh shit! Oops.
Swear jar. I think the swear jar got like $30 tonight, so I think we're pretty good on that.
Hey, we can actually afford to pay for StreamYard now just by the swear jar.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do one night, guys? I was thinking about this week when good game. Sorry, it's the French phlegm. Okay. We have 32 people in the chat. We have 32 people watching tonight. And I was like, one night what we got to do is we have to say, guys, if you could commit to buying like a Baofang, like I don't know what radio good game wants for the Padawans or whatever they are, but
UV5R.
UV5R. Like what is it? $23? What is
Probably.
it?
If you can find them.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So we need to find it. We need to coordinate this. That one night, it's not a boot. It's about one night. We get a link, and we say, guys, if you can commit to buying a UV5R for the Padawans, just say I, and then we do that. Like if we have 30, so say we have 30 people in the chat, and 50% of them buy a radio at $30, whatever it is. That's 15 HTs going to the Padawans. I think that would be an amazing group thing to do.
Yeah, it'd be
I
really
like
cool.
that idea.
Yep.
You know, Molson, you're all right. I don't care what they say about you. You're all right.
So with the people in the chat, if we coordinate that one week, would you be cool with that, guys? Like, would you guys be willing to do that one night where we say, hey, tonight's the night that we're going to commit. Who wants to buy a radio? And we just
are we going to have a telethon?
Word, yeah.
I'm normally
Is it gonna be a Ham Radio Clubhouse telethon?
That would be amazing.
That would be so much.
PBS telethons were the best, man. Like I remember watching The Jerk for the first time. Remember The Jerk with Steve Martin, The Jerk? That was amazing. I love that movie. That was on PBS telethon.
I'm in the phone book.
For your gift of only $9.99, you can get all this really inexpensive crap.
For your monthly gift of $9.99 on your credit card. However, a one-time yearly purchase, you get the DVD with us. Ham Radio Clubhouse DVD. And you get and we'll also throw in all of the behind-the-scenes Discord chats that we've had. Don't let the kids be in the same room. PBS was good for two things: the telethons and the Austin City Limits at nighttime on Saturdays.
And Bob Ross.
Ken
Bob
Burns.
Ross. You mean Chuck Ross now, right? We have our own. We have the radio world has its own Ross.
Chuck's not here to defend himself, or at least I haven't seen him in the chat yet.
It wouldn't do him any good because
there's a meme out there. I know it.
Yeah, there is a meme.
If not, somebody will definitely make it after tonight.
Scout, I'm right there with you. The Red Green Show was one of my favorite. And if you got if you watched my video tonight, I actually referenced the Red Green Show for anyone who remembers the handyman's secret weapon. That's what I put in my video. Was I had the handyman's number 2 secret weapon. So,
by the way, Canadian show.
Was it really?
Say it. Just want to say it. Canadian show.
Listen. Trailer Park Boys, awesome. Rush, awesome. There was another good show.
You don't have to get
Kids in the Hall.
You don't have to get brownie points. You're not trying to sleep with me, okay?
You can't say that on television.
You can't say that on television. That's another good one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Somebody else speak for once. I've talked too much.
We got him all fired up tonight, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Totally.
Totally.
Oh, T.O. posted. Looks like T.O. posted it.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't part of Discord is an amazing. Honestly, Discord is a really great thing. Somebody else talk about Discord because I've talked for like 30 minutes of the 435 we've been on. But Discord, get in it, be part of it, join the community.
Oh, I can't share that. I was going to try to share that, but for some reason I can't get it to open up. Can someone open that link that he put in there and share their screen?
Oh yeah, the Chuck. Oh, he's got the Chuck Ross one. That's amazing. Actually, why doesn't somebody just download it and we'll just put it up here so they can see it? So, what projects do you guys have coming up?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Chucky Ross.
There you go, guys.
There it is. I love that.
That is amazing.
But
we're gonna make that our background.
don't we? Are we sending
his QSL card? I'm telling you, that should be his QSL card.
Oh my God, that would be him.
There might be a copyright on the hair.
Copyright on the hair.
Well, before somebody else steals our idea, didn't we have a plan? Didn't we have a plan for a gift for Chuck Ross?
Yeah, we need to put that on canvas and send it his way for sure.
So we're gonna print that on I'm gonna print that on canvas. I think we're gonna do a build kit. Did we decide on a build kit, guys? So we're gonna do like Lego set where he has to build it himself. He can film it, and we're gonna send it to him, and he can assemble it. It's gonna be like a 3-foot canvas print of Chuck Ross.
Chuck Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, Don, I love it. Going out as an SSTV image. I love it.
Brother Don got it right.
Yeah.
What's that? 14 decimal, what? 230?
230.
You're going to get an extra 7 dB with that image.
Absolutely.
You should put the text "Happy Ham" and then send that out. I think that would be perfect. What was his like number one saying, Bob Ross? Like, be happy.
Happy little trees.
Happy little trees.
Happy little trees. Yeah.
Happy little cloud.
Happy little mistakes. And there's no mistakes.
There are no mistakes.
Accident.
Happy little accidents. That's it.
Which is, when you think about it, that's just like this hobby. It's about experimenting, doing it safely, but experimenting and get on the radio and build something, try something. There is no. That's why I tell everyone there is no failure. There's no failing. Just get out there and just do something.
We have a new tagline for this live stream. We're going to call it the Happy Little Accident.
That was me when I got born 56 years ago.
Hey.
I can get you a counselor's phone number, Don, if you need to.
So one thing I wanted to bring up is that everybody's noticed that I've been nicer to Don this week. This week on the Clubhouse, it is Telecommunicators Appreciation Week. So I just wanted to send a shout out, Don, and to everybody in your dispatch center and to telecommunicators everywhere.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers to
Let me tell
Dawn.
you something. I'm going into my 22nd year of dispatching. I've worked with our state police. I've worked with an ambulance group. Now I'm in a multi-dispatch center. We do it all. And let me tell you something. It's either feast or famine. I will tell you, we have some of the greatest stories to tell that we can't tell. We have some good times, some good laughter, but when it's serious, man, when stuff goes down, we take all of our training and our past experiences, and we give the public exactly what they need in their darkest hours. And let me tell you something. There's been some really, really hard days, and I will. Between this group and many others, you guys have really helped me put a balance in my life to help me get through some of this horrific stuff that that happens in life, and it's a tough one. But I wouldn't do anything else right now. I mean, I may want to go, drive a truck someday. I always said, but I think I'm too old for that. But
anybody else hear it?
Oh yeah. Some dispatcher told them where to go.
Yeah.
My house is on the back deck. The tiki torches and fire days. Send them over.
FYI, the light and the microphone on my
Hey,
laptop
Dunn.
is fantastic.
No, but seriously, thank you, Beer Stout.
Dunn, you remember we was talking about addresses last night, right?
Yeah, that's right. I got to
They're coming to see you, buddy.
And I also have
Stop.
a birthday coming up. I also have a birthday coming up on Saturday, and I've been on vacation this week doing a lot of small projects. I went out again today for POTA. I was able to chase Bob, Jason, and Frank the Tank, and that was fun, along with a couple other people. I tried a new antenna, but this weekend with Amateur World Day, coming up this weekend, as well as the POTA Spring Sprint, I'm going to try a few other things. It's just, again, guys,
Nice.
I cannot thank you enough. T.O., thank you. Again, this ham radio community is really, really something. I don't mean to get all emotional here and get all, let's break out with the Kleenex. But, Mike just happened to be in the area. I said, come on over. Let's go. You're going to get a home-cooked meal tonight. You're going to get a cigar. And then,
Don't cry for me, Donnie Easel.
This man. Oh.
Listen, he's not getting any Molson beer tonight. I'll tell you that right now. When this show is over, he's not getting Molson. Even though Molson's not too bad, but he's not going to get any Molson.
I want to backpedal again real quick. So we were talking about Chuck Ross and Happy Little Trees and Happy Little Antennas and anime and Scout at the same time. Happy little trees with antennas in them. And we'll put a happy little end fed in that tree over there.
Exactly.
Actually, that photo that you led me to this afternoon, Dan. Yeah, there was a happy little tree with an antenna in it, and I worked Europe a couple times with it. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice, excellent.
Yeah, I may have cheated with T.O.'s technique on that.
Hey, Dawn, I just want to say that I'm just so happy that now you're eligible for the seniors discount for the ARL membership.
Let me tell you something, you SOB. Let me tell you something. True story. And you guys
Hold
know me.
on.
True story.
Go ahead.
When I hit 50, all of a sudden the AARP stuff started.
they're doing that to me now.
And I
I'm
said,
42 and I get that crap in the mail right now.
I'm not even 40 and I get that crap.
okay, so they must have different groups. Well, one year we took, because I had the AARP card, and I went into a hotel, and they said, "Oh, Mr. Rizzo, you have all these points." I think our hotel came out to be like half price. So
I call that a win.
That was a win. And guess what? This guy treated his wife real. I was the king, because she made, she was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "They gave us the upgrade. They did this, and it was such a great deal." With the hot tub with the hot tub in the room and the whole 9 yards, and it was a really, and I'm not talking those swanky panky, no motel. This was a really, I swear to God.
Do you have any Grey Poupon, please?
No. Well, I went outside. After dinner, and she went for a swim in the pool. So what do you think? What do you think I bring every time I go on vacation? A radio and an antenna. So
and an AARP card.
And a cigar.
AARP card, very good.
And a feed line and a paper log and
I started.
We're gonna get Don digital. Don's gonna be digial in 2021.
I started to load up. I started loading up the fence around the swimming pool, and I was making contacts. So guess what? It was a great vacation.
So in other words, you take your wife to a beautiful place. It's romantic. It's a perfect setting. She's excited, and you're in the corner playing radio.
Yeah.
And so how many days did you pay for that?
That was a weekend, so that we came in on a Friday night, and we actually stayed on Monday.
I'm talking about the cold shoulder. It's a romantic weekend.
No. Wait a minute. She's only about 20. Wait, wrong finger. She's about 25 feet away inside. Let me tell you something. No. She gets lubrication. You guys know. I buy stuff. I buy antennas. I buy radios. Guess what?
she hits you with the garden hose.
Anytime she wants something, I don't care. I will never say. I have no right to say no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We got to wrap this up for tonight, boys.
It's called overtime. It's called overtime. She always said this.
Well, we broke beer snack instead.
Exactly.
Look at him.
I feel honored.
Do I have to do
T.O. Good job.
Do I have to do my 911 skills on beer snack to bring it back?
Nope.
No, you don't want me to.
Nope. We're gonna leave that one alone. We're just gonna let that one be.
Just let it lie. Just let it lie.
I told everybody I'd be nice to Don this week, so
You only got a few more days left. It's
Well, we're coming up on the hour mark, so you guys want to do a last round the horn? And if you got anything coming up on your channel, which the links to everyone's channel is down in the description for those that don't have the links to our channels. And I guess we'll start with Steve, since we always seem to start with the person in the top left. So we'll start with Steve, and then we'll go Joe, Brett, and around that direction. So, Steve, you got anything coming up?
I don't. Just Parks on the Air weekend this weekend. I'll be out. I'm going to try to activate as my own call and then as the club call. And then I've got to go put a new radiator in my car because I decided to put it on last weekend.
Kind of needed that.
The fan decided to blow up on you.
Yeah. That's all I've got going.
Nice. All right, Joe.
All right, so here is Brojet, Joe Brett, K5YVY. So I was reading through some stuff about levels of YouTubers and stuff on something else, and I've realized I'm classified as a hobbyist YouTuber. So I don't set anything out on schedule. Nothing. I post something when I want. I go live when I want. I would appreciate the subscribes and likes, but all those in chat and all these guys on the screen and those that are missing tonight, I love you. Great group of guys and girls.
Y'all the best.
So I didn't want Don being the only one getting sappy on us. So over to you, Don.
Actually, let me send it over. I have a guest here tonight, so guest first.
All right. Well, I don't have a YouTube channel, but I will be in some videos coming up. We talked about it a little bit briefly, and I'll be quick about it. But I'm on my trip right now. The first leg of it was going down to the Outer Banks of North Carolina with Ham Radio Adventures. We had about 12 hams, 12 or 13. And we had a big crowd. Split in a couple groups. We did a lot of activations. There's a lot of POTUS down there, probably, I think, about 15 actually, in about a 60, 70-mile stretch.
Wow.
And a couple of the people that came along were Tank Radio, Frank, and Jason, and Ham Radio 2.0. So I know they have a lot of videos coming out. So it was a blast. We all had a great weekend. We're already talking about doing it again.
Nice.
Not anymore. But yeah, there's a lot coming out about that. So, and I'll be doing a lot of POTA over the next pretty much till I get back home. I'm activating every state I pass through, and I've already activated technically 20 individual parks on this trip. I left on Wednesday.
Listen for me on Saturday.
I will. I'll be doing some POTA on Saturday. Mostly driving, but I'll be doing some POTA.
And I'll be. I got some stuff going on tomorrow with POTA. We're talking about rain on Thursday or Friday, but we'll see what happens because you never know around here. But POTA weekend for me. Wife and I are going to go for a little road trip, and I don't know, maybe between Connecticut, maybe Rhode Island. Who knows? Wherever the wind blows and wherever the RF flows, that's where I'm going to be. So
nice.
His antenna goes up with the wind. Beer snack.
Are there sunspots?
I was giving him time to recuperate from the previous.
Just as he comes back, we blow him up.
Let's break Dan again. Let's break beer snack one more time. So nothing really planned. I was looking at another kit from K9JEB for it's like a battery topper for the little lead acid batteries, little power supply. I think it's a UPS style. I was going to take a look at that and see what I can do with that. Other than that, it's just me just playing around. And, if I record anything, I record it. That's
Nice.
about it. And, I just want to say I appreciate everybody hanging out with us again on our, fourth week in a row? We made it 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And and there's a great group of guys that are hanging out here. So, thank you, gentlemen.
Very good.
Andy's doing a POTA. So if anybody
That's
can get
awesome.
Andy, all right, we're gonna try and catch Andy on POTA.
absolutely.
I'll be there. Listen for me.
UK POTA, absolutely.
So Daniel from so I started my YouTube channel. We build, we learn. We build, we learn. And so I got a bunch of projects coming up. I'm working on many at the same time. I was hoping to get one out Sunday, but I'll have one out coming out this weekend, hopefully. Besides for that, nothing else. So, and by the way, I just want to say shout out to all you guys in the Discord because I've already had messages on Discord about hex beam plans, all kinds of stuff. So it's guys, if you're not on Discord, get on it. And if you're on it and you're not involved, get more involved. So we got
Yeah, it's a great place to hang out.
TO, K5YVY, those guys. There's a lot of action going on there. And just go to their temporary offline YouTube channel or K5YVY. Check in the description. You'll find the links and subscribe to those guys as well.
There should be some links in the chat coming up.
Breakfast with the boys on Saturday and Sunday. T.O., Ape, Chuck, Sean, Ham Radio Dude. They got some fantastic stuff going on too.
Yeah, absolutely. Coffee and Ham Radio.
Absolutely. Let's saturate YouTube with some good ham radio content.
Absolutely.
Shane, what do you got coming up?
I'll wrap it up for us tonight, and I don't have anything exceptional going on except for the Parks on the Air this weekend. I'm going to try to get a couple more videos out. One on that in-fed half waves. I've got a lot of people ask me questions about it. Is it actually resonant? Is it not? Do you need a tuner? Even though it says you don't need a tuner. So I'm going to try to answer some of those questions on a video coming up. And other than that, man, I'm going to try to go out and radio as much as possible. I want to take a quick second to thank everybody in the chat. I haven't seen everybody's name, but if you're in the chat, thank you so much. Thanks for everybody who stopped by the stream tonight. We're here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Watch for the links. Subscribe to us. Hit the notification bell. I think that's the easiest way to get notified when we're gonna get a stream
Twitter,
going.
man, we're on. Tell them that we're on Twitter too.
I'm getting there, Don.
You tell them we're on Twitter.
Somebody mute him. The links to everybody's channels down in the description. Like, subscribe, flood them. We want to get as much Ham Radio content as possible.
That's not nice. But
and join us on Twitter. And the Twitter handle is Ham Radio Club Ho 1. Don't ask how that came out, but yeah. Ham Radio Club Ho 1 if you'd like to join us on Twitter.
I'm sorry, but I'm
all right, so we're done for the night. Everybody wave at the camera. Bye.
I have one more.
Oh,
it was noted last week, all right, on a Wednesday night stream that there is not a night you can find on YouTube that does not have ham radio related content on it.
I'm good with that.
Friday night, ham radio trivia with Kyle, AA0Z.
I'm in, Mikey. You?
I'm in.
All right, come on, Mike. Come on.
If I can, I'll be on. I haven't missed one yet.
Nice.
Good.
All right,
Hit
guys.
the button. Hit the
everybody?
button, Shane. Hit it.
All right,
Bye,
wave.
everybody.
Everybody wave at the camera.
See you next
Have a
Tuesday.
good night. See you next.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday.
Hit the button.
Ah.